What's up guys, welcome back to another video here on my channel, and in this video I'm going to handle a lot of the objections that people have before they want to work with an agency. Because a lot of the people out there, they make the wrong decisions and they choose the wrong partners to take care of their marketing or their email marketing, whatever the case might be. I myself run a personal branding agency, and the clients that we work with stay for more than 2 years, if not longer. And the reason for this is because we have such a strong in-house team. We have the right systems that allow us to make the clients feel like they're working with an in-house partner, and we get the results that they are looking to get. And those three things combined is something unique. It's not something that a lot of agencies actually deliver, but they promise it, right? They promise you the right systems and we have a good team and we will get you the results. But at the end of the day and at the end of the partnership, you're down maybe 12K in investments. You have 0 results. The collaboration was a mess because there was no team structure and there was no backend system that made the process run smooth. Yet on the sales call, all these things were promised. And before you work with an agency, you need to ask yourself a few questions. Do they actively have any big clients right now that I want to be associated with? Because usually if an agency is working with the bigger clients, they also are the ones that made those big clients. And if you want to become one of the bigger clients, you need to work with the agency that created these big clients. So that is the first thing that you need to be looking out for. Then you can ask like, hey, how many team members do you have right now? And then ask proof for it, right? Like, show me how many members are in your Slack, show me the backend system that you have, or what does the workflow look like? Can you show that to me? Because proper agencies should be able to show you everything that you are asking for on a sales call. And if they can't, then they're simply not the right partner and in the beginning phase of their company. Because so many, and I've been there myself, I would promise people on the sales call, yo, I have a big team and I have the systems, but then as soon as I got the payment, I was out there on ChatGPT asking like, yo, what the fuck are we doing now, you know? But over the last 2.5, 3 years, I've built the right team members, built the right systems, and built the right structure within my company that allows us to work with clients for over 2 years, that allows us to get the results that the clients want to get, and that allows us to have partnerships for longer than 2 years. And one thing too, you know, a lot of agencies, they decide to work with the cheapest team members possible. They go to Philippines or India or whatever the case might be. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but you shouldn't be focused on hiring cheap team members. And if you know that an agency is hiring cheap team members and everything is coming from all these countries, then you might need to reconsider your decision, because I myself, I hire people based on quality. And it doesn't matter if you're from the US or the EU or India or Philippines or Asia in general, doesn't matter. If I can see that you can get me the results that I want to get, doesn't matter if it's video editing, scripting, results-wise, management, data tracking, doesn't matter. If you can get the results that I know that I want to see and get, you will become a part of my team. Now, besides that, a lot of agencies are also underpaying their team drastically, in my opinion. They think, oh, let me pay this guy $2 from India who will run the whole show, and we actually overpay every single team member within the company. And the reason for this is, if you overpay people, and they will work way harder towards the vision that you have within the company. And if you work with us, and some of our clients can prove this, it actually feels like this whole team is working towards the same goal and all is working as hard as possible to get the results that we promise you on a sales call. And when you speak with an agency on a sales call and they promise you that you will get results in 2 weeks, they're probably not an experienced agency, because if you are a proper agency, you know that you need at least a 3-month partnership in order to get the outcome that you want to get, right? Because in the first month, we need to know everything about you as a client. We need to know exactly what strategies we want to implement. We need to know exactly who your competitors are. In the second month, we're going to test as many different formats within the strategy as possible to see what sticks, what works well. And in the third month, we can double down and optimize on the right videos that will actually get you the insane amount of attention that you are looking to get, so that you can convert that attention into a sale for your product or service. And a lot of agencies say, yeah, within 1 week you can get the craziest results. But if they're saying this, they're simply lying to you, and don't fall for this trap. You need to be realistic about it. You cannot be impatient about it, because building a personal brand simply takes a lot of time. It's not done in a week, it's not done in a couple of months. It can take a whole year for you to build a proper personal brand that actually makes a statement out there online. And since there's so much competition, depending on your niche, it might even take longer. So be patient, be yourself, and make sure that you work with the right partner in order to get the results the quickest way possible, but also the best way possible. And then before I forget to mention, as soon as the partnership is not going the way it should be going, if you ask the agency to make changes to the strategy or implement a few more things or do something different with the strategy, simply ask them and see how they react. Because within my company and within my agency, we actually listen to these people, and any feedback that we get within the first 2 weeks, we want to implement as fast as possible to make sure that we are all aligned and we are all on the same page to work towards that goal that we set together. Whereas a lot of agencies, they will charge you more money, they will say they're not going to do it, They will say their team is not being able to handle it. They say they don't have time for it. And all these 4 things are big red flags for you and showing you that you shouldn't be working with this agency. So if they're saying no to any additional requests or any special requests that you know doesn't cost a lot of money and doesn't take a lot of time, you know it's not a good agency to work with. Now, one of the other things as well is, are you working with an agency who can do many different things? Because a lot of agencies are only an expert within one thing, whereas our core business model and our core expertise is growing personal brands and generating attention that actually gets you the right followers for your offer. But then what's the next step? Because if you don't have a conversion mechanism, you will not be able to convert all this attention into a sale. And that's where we help with as well. We can build out the full backend system, we can build out the full tracking system, your landing page, your funnel, your Calendly, your data tracking system, and we can connect you with the right people that can be part of your setting or sales team and also sales managers. Whereas most agencies, they just stop at their service and they don't want to get out of their way to make their service better. But we want to make sure that whatever it is that we can help you with, we can either connect you with the right person to do so, or we can do it ourselves. And that's where a real partnership exists and a real partnership is created. So before you make a decision on working with an agency in general, I hope this video was valuable to you. I hope this helps in making your decision, but just make sure that you ask yourself the right questions. If this made you think that I want to work with Kier or with my team and actually scale my personal brand, just make sure that you need to know that we don't work with everyone, right? We work with proper business owners who already have something going on, who already have a real business behind them that actually generates revenue, and they want to start a personal brand to create more authority, to build more leverage, and to get more people interested into either the company that they already have or to open up a new company. But if you are a complete beginner and you don't have a company, for example, you have not any income, you don't know what you're doing, you have no team, no nothing, then frankly, I would recommend to try everything out yourself by watching my YouTube videos. And then when you actually have something going on, come to us and we will put it and turn on basically the scaling engine and actually get you the results fast. Joining a partnership with someone. Without further ado, I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Peace out.